slip away that you should and could have had last night, and it's very frustrating.
Who else would it be on other than him? Obviously, it's on him.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, Wiggy's got it on Alex Cora, and so
because maybe Curtis' point was right. Maybe you should have sat Duran.
I mean, I would have sat him the first two. I'd sit him tonight.
Right, so maybe you sit him, right? That would have put Ref Schneider in left field.
Yeah.
Right? And put Ref Schneider in left field. And then you DH maybe Yoshida.
I think Castig would have caught that.
Do you think that they sit him tonight?
But you wouldn't have been sitting him because of defense. Like, you would be sitting him because of offense.
Right. But either way, you would have whoever was there would have made the catch.
Right.
I think Tessie would have caught it.
He got it!
The Red Sox win.
It's just a comedy of errors, and it's, we've discussed ad nauseum this morning since the show started. The base running when it comes to Nate Eaton and who you blame there, and the fact that Rafaela can't lay down a bunt.
See, that's all coaching, managing. That's all situational. My opinion, that's situational coaching, and that comes from the top. If you go into it with like, oh, these guys should know what they should be doing, that you should not be coaching. Because even though they're professional athletes, you have to prepare them.
We fought this battle earlier.
Right.
I'm fine.
And you lost it.
I'm fine with fighting it again. Mm-hmm. You don't think that Ceddanne Rafaela at this point in his baseball career should be able to lay down a bunt?
No,
without extra fungo work on it.
When the guy hasn't bunted all season long,
it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't.
What do you mean? Wait a second.
Because he didn't in the game, so he's not practicing anything on his own. Like, he's a professional baseball player.
But how many times in sports have we seen guys? And I think it might have been, I don't remember who said it, maybe Shime or Curtis or Caller. Like, the purpose of practicing every single day at something is so you can get better at it.
How do you know that they're not working on bunting the baseball?
That's what I was trying to get at.
This is nuts.
Yep.
I mean,
so the guy hasn't laid down a bunt all season long.
Yes, I think he's bunted successfully 3 times this season. I think.
Has he?
Shime can chat GPT it for you.
I checked earlier, couldn't find it, but I saw a text message that said he had completed 3 bunts this season.
Okay, so
can I ask a question? And I hear what Wiggy's saying, and just maybe move it along in this direction. Alex Cora gets credit when things are done successfully, but when it's unsuccessful, it's all on the player.
Right.
That is not really an accurate way to put it. Either has nothing to do with Cora or something to do with Cora.
You can't have it both ways. So if it had nothing to do with Cora and it's the players, then why even have him as a manager? Right. Why even have a manager, period? You can get anybody put a lineup card in.
Well, I think there are from my perspective, there's a clear line between the things that the manager does and what the players ought to be able to accomplish athletically and skill-wise on their own. And laying down a successful bunt in a playoff game that you need to win is one of those things that I think the player ought to be able to do. But if
what you're saying is true and that they don't bunt often.
Listen, they didn't play any small ball really this season, and you could put that on Alex Cora.
No, but I'm just saying that if they don't do it a lot, then it's the manager's job to put someone at the plate to execute something that they have a high degree of likelihood of succeeding on.
Right. And we know in baseball, if a guy doesn't hit lefties well, then the manager or the analytics people say, let's put the righty in who does.
Right.
So I don't get, it's weird that you're defending Cora and you're blaming.
I'm not defending Alex Cora. I'm trying to call out a very, a simple athletic act that should be executed, which is you miss the first one, and then you go at it again on a pitch that's way outside the strike zone, and you fail miserably.
But if you don't do it, it's not a simple act. If you don't do it all the time, and it's not something that you're asked to do a lot, so maybe it is 3 on the year. I don't know.
Let me get Ray. This is Ray.
I see 4 bunt attempts this year.
Okay. This is Ray from Rhode Island. Hello, Ray.
Hi, good morning.
What's up?
On the bunting situation, ever since Rafaela's been playing baseball, they practice bunting every day in batting practice.
Well, Wiggy says
prior to the game. When they're taking BP, bunts a guy over. It's all simulated. So he's been bunting probably since he was 16 years old.
Oh.
Hey, Ray, do you know what a batting practice pitch is versus a 95-mile-an-hour fastball?
It's still simulated.
No,
But
Ray. Do you know the difference in getting a bunt down on a BP toss from the third base coach as opposed to one when it's a 97-mile-an-hour splitter?
Right, but they also practice batting practice off a guy lobbing before the game 45 feet away.
Wait. They're not practicing in a simulated event with a 95-mile-an-hour pitch. That is not going on prior to a playoff game in any capacity.
And laying it down at the end of your batting practice that every kid has done when they've started playing baseball, laying one down at the very end is not practicing bunting. Bunting has to be like you got to be repping it over and over.
I have no idea what they're doing when it comes to practicing bunting.
Okay, so then, why
are you assuming that they haven't done any?
Because it looks like
because it looked like it. Because you just said, why is he chasing a bunt outside the strike zone, or why is he bunting at a ball that's above in the strike zone with his bat underneath it?
Yeah,
that shows.
I would say that to the player. I would say, Sadan. Why? Like, I wouldn't say it to Alex Cora.
Well, that shows me that they don't do a lot of it.
This is Keith in the truck. Hello, Keith.
All right. Every single level, high school, college, minor leagues, major leagues, they all practice bunting. And I get it. There's a difference between BP throwing, but there's also machines that throw 95, 100. They throw breaking balls. They throw stuff. Every single player. There's no excuse. That ball was way out of the strike zone. It's an easy pullback. He had a little pressure because he missed the first one, and he just made a bad decision. You cannot blame that on a coach. That is 100%
so Keith, let me ask you this question: if they do it all the time, then why did he look so bad at doing it?
Well, first of all, it's the playoffs. He missed the first one, and then the second one. Obviously, you're trying to bunt something. Hold on. You're trying to bunt something straight, obviously. You're trying to bunt a fastball, right? Maybe he got fooled on the pitch, but for him to reach outside the strike zone and drop the barrel head and throw it out front, that's just – listen, he made a mistake. I'm not saying like –
But did manager Alex Cora – Keith, did Alex Cora know it was the playoffs when he asked him to bunt?
So my question was
– Can you answer that question? Wait, so did he know it was the playoffs when he asked him to bunt?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so you just stipulated that it's difficult to do, and it's more difficult to do in the playoffs, so why did he ask him to do it?
So if you take him out right there, you have to put another defender in, correct?
No, I just said, why did he ask him to do it if it was so difficult and it's the playoffs?
Because it's first and second with no outs in the, eighth inning? What do you mean? you do the right, you make the right baseball move. That's the right baseball move.
And I'm sure as a manager,
it is what it is.
You expect he's able to do it even though the pressure's there.
Well, but we've seen Alex Cora in this position not play small ball.
Right.
Right? So I don't get – it's like just because it's first and second with no outs, we've seen him plenty of times all season long in extra innings with a runner on second base elect to say, you know what, I'm not going to take the bat out of his hand.
This is Rob from Rhode Island, where we will be in just a few short hours. Flex Friday tomorrow at the Newport Craft Brewery. Hello, Rob.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning, guys.
What's up?
Hey, I just got the whole bunting thing. I mean, you learn that when you're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old in Little League. I've been coaching my whole life, Little League, softball, everything.
Rob, for me, it was T-ball. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's the point. You have to be prepared for every situation when you go into a game, especially at that level. You're making millions of dollars. You don't know what your coach is asking you to do, so you have to prepare yourself for every situation. As far as the base running with Eaton, that runner's rounding second, heading to third. He's not looking back at the ball to see what the play was made. He's looking at his coach. That's on the third base coach. The third base coach has got to be telling him, you rounding hard, balls drop, go. You can't expect that runner to look back for the ball and then see it dropped and then expect him to score. That's all on the coach. That's why that coach is there. So the runner, you always tell kids, don't look at the ball, just run.
You know what, Rob, is very simple. You know what you learn at a very young age in football? How to catch the football. But you know what we used to criticize Bill Belichick about as a coach is why would you throw it to a guy who doesn't have great hands? But you learn how to catch a football when you're 7 years old.
Right.
And you practice it every day. There are guys.
I learned to drive when I was 16. I should be Mario Andretti.
So if you're going to take the approach of, oh, the player should know how to do that, there are guys that you as a coach, you have to make sure, like, he might not be our best bunter. And if he's hitting the ball well, why do I put him in a position to do something he isn't good? Why would I throw it to a running back who doesn't catch the ball well when I have a running back who does? Even though you've been catching the ball since you were 7 years old. Don't blame the guy for the coach then saying, oh, you shouldn't have threw it to that guy.
Well, he's bunted 4 times successfully. And
4 times out of what?
This season.
Out of how many at-bat attempts?
I'm guessing he was asked to bunt 4 times, and he successfully bunted 4 times.
I don't know if it was successfully. I mean, I have to see this finally because AI's telling me 0, but
I'm looking at the stats right now. He had 4 bunt attempts this season. 1 was actually a bunt hit.
Okay.
So there you go.
And
Wiggy, big AI guy now.
What was the other 3?
I don't know, Wiggy. I'm just telling you the stats.
So if the
other
3 are outs,
I don't have the all 22 of
but
each
if
pitch.
the other 3 are outs and they're not good bunts, why would you then?
Unless they're moving guys over.
Would you then go to a guy who doesn't do it often? That's all I'm saying. As a manager, this is situational baseball.
Yeah. All right. Well, lots still to come this morning before we get out of here and go to Newport, including Hill Notes.
Ooh.
Which, what?
That guy right there, Al.
What guy?
That's somebody I want to hear from East Lawn, Connecticut.
Okay.
Somebody who.
I thought you hated Connecticut.
No, I love Connecticut.
No.
I love Connecticut.